In the last few weeks, a lot of friends ask me about how do I do photography, mainly this wildlife photography. If I shoot RAW, if I shoot Jpeg, if I edit my image, if I post processes, if I crop or not crop my image. And even I have been asked if I live or made a living about this photography. And these are some very interesting questions. So let's find a place where we can sit and take a coffee, of course. And so let's start to answer these questions in my personal opinion. So let's find the place. Well, the first question. Did I shoot RAW or did I shoot JPEG? Well, I shoot both of them. And why? Because I have a good camera, a professional camera, and of course I want to squeeze out the best image of this camera. I'm talking about the highest dynamic range. I'm talking about to rescue all the details in the shadows. I'm talking about to rise the highlights and edit colors and all of this. And it is well known that in all the RAW format, you can do all this with nice softwares. Of course, JPEG photos are very good also, but they don't have all the information you need to edit your photos. So for me, the best is to shoot in RAW. Of course, if you are beginning in photography, it has no sense to shoot in RAW because you need a post-processing software like Lightroom or Darktable. If you don't have these softwares, there is nothing you can do with RAW images. And it is, some people say that RAW images are too heavy, hard to work, but I don't think so. Today, to have a large file is not an issue. If you have a $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 camera, you can spend $200-$300 more in very good memory cards. So the issue about the size of the files is something I don't care about. JPEG photos, of course, are very comfortable. You can send it by email. You can upload it on social media. And if you have a correct setup in your camera, you can really get good pictures. But sometimes I want to improve the colors. Sometimes the photo was not good exposed, so I need to rescue some details of the shadows. Or sometimes the contrast is too high. And for this, to shooting in RAW is the best to post-process the image in all these softwares. Therefore, I shoot in RAW to post-process all this image. I think it worth it. And in JP for sometimes sending in a fast way some pictures to social media. These images, for example, are shot in RAW in JPEG. In RAW, the image looks very flat, but of course, the image has all the information you can get, the whole information the sensor can get of this exposure. And it's more easier to rescue some details. Therefore, I love to shoot in RAW, especially when I have to print these photos in a large size and rescue colors and all of this. Now, if I crop my image or not, and of course I crop my images the most of the time, because I don't have the control of the distance of the subject, mainly in wildlife photography. So I need to improve the composition, sometimes to crop something that's disturbing in the image to get it out, maybe a stick in bird photography, maybe another bird that comes into the frame. So generally, I crop my image. I try not to cropping so much, but if it is necessary, I have to crop a lot. And of course, today we all of us want to upload some image in social media to share with our friends, to share with our family. In this case, for example, in Instagram, you have to crop to a square, and the picture is so small that you have to crop to show the bird more than the composition, especially in wildlife photography. So yes, I crop. And for example, you can see in these two images, this image is straight out of the camera and this image was cropped. You can see that I can improve the composition of the whole image. And that is the main reason why I crop. Unless this image is to upload in social media, there is a little bit heavy crop to just make more bigger the bird or the cat or any animal I'm taking the photo. Of course, when I crop, I have to take care to not lose too much quality in the image. If I crop to a 50%, I will reduce the megapixels of the image to a 50%, and maybe I can print it so big as I want. So I always have to take care to not excess the crop of the image. And well, to sum up, I hate to crop, but sometimes I have to crop to make the image look better. Something very important when I crop an image is to thinking about the context where the image was took. I don't want to lose the context or what is happening in this image. If I trying to transmit something important in this image, it is easy that with a hard crop I can lose all this context and throw away all the insight what I was trying to show in this image. So cropping is easy, but to crop the way that you can keep the context, keep trying to show what you want to show in your image is not so easy. But that are my thoughts about cropping or not cropping an image. And now, the next question. If I edit or post-process my images, let's do some separations about this. If I edit my image, and the meaning of editing is to erasing some stick, to erasing some foreign object that is in the image, no, I don't do this. For example, with Photoshop. I like to show the image like I took the image. If the bird is between the branches sitting in his nest, I want to show the pictures this way, not to get a isolated bird. If I want an isolated bird or an isolated deer or whatever, I can do a setup, go to a zoo to take some pictures, or maybe, who knows, some food devices in the garden of the house, and then take the pictures to these birds. But no, I mainly walk through the woods and take the pictures. So I want to show how the bird is inside the tree in his nest with all the branches in front of him. You can see this in this picture and in this order. I didn't edit to get out something foreign from the image. I don't like it so much. Mainly if I have to edit the bird because the branch is in front of him, no, I don't like it. Now, if I post-process my images, of course, maybe about the noise. Some photos are really high in ISO and get a lot of noise in the image. And today you have this amazing software like Topaz. I have Topaz already. And I process the image first in Topaz so to reduce a little bit the noise. And then I work the image in Darktable. I don't use Lightroom. I use Darktable and improve a little bit the colors, maybe get the details from the shadows. And that is it. My editing in photos is something about 5 to 10 minutes. I don't spend too much time editing photos. I think the photos looks more real without heavy editing on them. And now the last question. just in the moment when it starts to rain. Did I live from photography? No. Did I earn money with photography? Yes. I sell, of course, books of photography about wildlife. I sell calendars from the year of wildlife and some street photography and buildings and city photography. I sell and make in a little studio I have at home a portrait photography, and that is a nice income. I already sell pictures, printed wall pictures and all of this, but it's not my main income. You could maybe live of this, but in my case, I'm married with children, and that's not enough. My mainly job is I'm professor, and of course, I teach ethics in photography, mainly for journalistic and sport photography. And I teach that to students from the high school and students in the college. And of course, I'm a marketing engineer and I work like a freelance. With all this together, I can have a nice life to live. If you have the time, of course, you can make a life of photography. Even some good photographers earn a lot of money with YouTube. In my case, from YouTube, I earn almost nothing because you have to need a lot of followers and subscribers. And the most important thing is if you want to earn money doing a YouTube channel, you have to spend or invest a lot of money in teleprompters, special lighting, have a special room in there you can do your videos. You see that my videos are almost outside. I love to walk in the wood, to walk around the lake, and that is how I do my videos. But if you decided to do a photography channel in YouTube, of course you can do it. And so, that's all about the most questions I have received in the last weeks. I hope it helps you to know how I work with photography. Remember that to shooting in RAW, Jpeg, to crop, not to crop, to edit, to post-process your image, all the things, it's my personal opinion. Of course, you can do it different, and that can be, of course, better than what I do. If you have the time, you can do a YouTube channel. If you have the time, you can, of course, print more books and sell more books than I do, and it can be a good life. So, I really hope you like this video, and I hope if the weather still good next week to do another video. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time.